Hi you guys, my name is Abby and I'm the owner and founder of Bolt Boutique. I asked on our Instagram stories to do a little Q&A, and so just a few of my favorite business questions that I thought would be fun to answer and I feel like you guys are all curious about, so let's jump in. So the first question is, when and how did you start your online boutique? And I feel like I've shared this a lot, but I actually started it 4 years ago. I was a senior in college and I always knew that I wanted to do a boutique or something in fashion. And so I kind of had that plan in college, like that's what I'm gonna do. When I graduate, I'm gonna start an online boutique. So the second semester of my senior year of college, January 1st, I registered my business and got all the licensing needed. February, I don't remember the dates, February, probably like the 8th or the 10th. I went to Las Vegas with my parents and I went on my first buying trip. And then March 28th, during my senior spring break, I didn't go on a trip, I just stayed home and I launched this business, and I knew kind of like it wouldn't be really big or anything like that until, you know, we had some time under it. I think that's the saying. So I would drive home. My college was like an hour and a half away from home. I would drive home on the weekends and, you know, pick up new product, bring it back, do pictures. My parents that were at home would pack any orders that came through. There weren't that many at the beginning, but so that's kind of like the foundation starting. I started it with my life savings. I didn't take any money outside. My parents didn't help me. They did pay for the flights to Vegas and the hotel because I didn't know how to do any of that. So they did pay for my Vegas trip, but it's free to go to market. I worked part-time at Topgolf in St. Louis for like a year and a half to try to make money on the side, and then would do Bolt on the side. And we had it in my parents' basement. They let me like turn our whole basement bedroom into a boutique, and we would have our neighbors and friends come over and shop, and I would do like little house parties and set up pop-up shops and things like that. And my little sister and all of her friends were all the models. They're really sweet. I feel like they're like the foundation that Bolt was set on. And then I got married about a year and a half later, and my husband and I moved to Kansas City, and I worked at Lululemon there part-time. And then I worked there for maybe like 6 or 7 months, and Bolt was like totally failing. And my husband and I had a lot of conversations about it. He was like, hey, you either need to like quit your part-time job and give it all you got and like really try to make this business grow, or you need to quit and like actually have some income to like help our family. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's hard. So that was February 18th of 2020. Quit my part-time job, went full-time with Bolt. We were just on his income, like from his small like starter corporate job. And yeah, then the pandemic hit, which is crazy. So I can talk more about that later if you guys are interested. But then about like 6 months later in July, Caleb came on full-time with Bolt. And we went like 6 months without paying ourselves, which was crazy. It's like literally just a miracle from God that we got by. And just anytime that we needed to pay a bill, God would provide the funds for it. So it was pretty a wild 6-7 months, but we're coasting, we're going now, and we've had a couple employees. So that is like the long-winded story of how we started this business and kind of like the backstory of where we are today. The second question that I really liked was, what are your goals for Bolt? And then she added, your balance of interaction / business has always been, and then like this emoji, which I really appreciate. But I think something right now that like is my main focus is I really want to start building a team. It's just me, Caleb, my husband, and we have Kylie. She's a virtual worker and she is so phenomenal. And we had Harper in the past, who was also incredible. And then Katie, who was also great. She was an intern for us last summer. I really want to build like an in-house team. Like we're doing a lot of things like okay, but I don't, that's not like enough. Like we want to do everything exceptionally. And like obviously we just don't have the capacity to do that. So a huge goal is starting to build the team. And I think that's really what Bolt needs to continue to go to the next level, is like bring on other people that are just smarter and better in different areas. Just finding people that can complement our strengths and weaknesses. That's a huge goal. Also, I'd love to move our business out of our house. So we're renting a house right now. Such a step up from the apartment we were living in and just like swimming in clothes. I would love to have like a small warehouse, an actual like business that we could go to and like work. That's a huge goal, a yearly goal. We want to do that within the year. So those are two of the goals that I feel like are worth sharing. This question is, do you work with content creators? And if so, what do you expect from them? And we do. We're a very small company, so we're pretty selective about who we try to work with because it's expensive, obviously, to like pay people to post about your business and to send them product. Like, we don't get a super deep inventory of stuff. So sending one person a shirt, you know, it's like, that's a lot of our inventory. So we try to find girls that have like really high engagement rate on their social medias. We have been looking for more of like the micro influencer, but 10K followers or more, like maybe 8K or more. You know, you're representing a brand, and so we have an ideal gal in our mind that like, okay, she would be a great ambassador for like the values and what we stand for and all that. So that is always something that we're thinking through and looking at gals to represent our brand and to create content for us. Okay, someone said, where do you get your clothes from? And I kind of touched on this earlier. So I go on buying trips twice a year to Las Vegas. Yeah, let me think about this. So we go there, it's kind of how it works. I'll just explain it quickly if you're not familiar with market, but you walk in, there's thousands, like I said, of brands and designers. They have their booth and they'll have their samples, styles for their collection. So I'm going in August and I'll be buying for August, September, October, November, December, January, February, really far out there. And yeah, we just go through, my mom always goes with me. You walk into the booth of the designer brand that you like, and you just start going through the racks. And if I like something, I pull it, and they'll have the workers in that booth will like set it aside and they'll start like a rack for me. And then we go through and put a purchase order in. So it's kind of what we do. We're pretty picky about the brands that we buy from. Like, quality is the name of the game for me. I hate buying stuff and then it falling apart. I really try to avoid certain fabrics that I know are like, one, terrible for the environment, and two, don't last at all, that shrink, things like that. I try to find things with lots of stretch. Since we are an online brand, you know, it's like, you want stuff to have some give if people order wrong size and things like that. I should pause and talk about what I'm wearing. This is the Girly Pop pink dress. It looks kind of silly that it's like, looks long. It's not long, but I actually love that this is like high neck and then has the subtle cutouts on the side. I think it's like a little sweet. I don't know, I like the cutout trend, but I also like to dress a little bit more modest, and I like that this is a little bit more subtle. So I love this dress. It looks really good. I was outside today, so I got a little tan, and I feel like the color is like really pretty for summer. Why isn't there more size inclusivity in your shop? So this is a question I get all the time, and I've always had the same answer, and it's, yeah, we're still a small business right now, but as we grow, we want to move into that, and that is like 100% true. And I feel like I could explain more and why that is. Like, a lot of these small businesses and boutiques that you're seeing only carry sizes small, medium, large. It is so silly. Truthfully, it's so silly to leave out half of your target market, right? Like, most of people are like extra large, double XL, triple XL. I'm not naive to that. And like, obviously you want to be so inclusive to people of all shapes and sizes. And so that's a huge goal. A lot of these brands, they don't carry, so if I got this dress in the small, medium, large pack, they won't carry the same style in extended sizing. A lot of them will have like their own separate line for inclusive sizing. So for someone that's such a small company, at the moment, we just can't afford that. So I wouldn't want to do like a full, I wouldn't want to just have like 1 or 2 styles that has extended sizing. I want to have like a full collection offering. I want to make it like inclusive and, or curated and like, you know, great styles for you. So that's like a huge goal as we continue to grow. I'm super excited for that. I think that'll be awesome, and I can't wait to market that and, you know, think through shoots and campaigns, and it'll be really fun, but it just takes time to get there. But we will get there. But I hope that answers the question, and I hope that answers it correctly. What is your favorite part of owning a boutique? There are a lot of things I like. I like the challenge, honestly. I feel like I've just never been able to envision myself doing anything different. I've honestly thought that I was gonna do this since I was like 18 years old, and I love it. I love the work. I love learning. I feel like this job, more than anything, is learning about business, not necessarily learning about fashion. And I feel like I've just been opened up to a whole new world of like, about marketing and finances and just everything. Like, it's just all new, and I feel like I don't know anything. So it's all learning, which I think has been really fun and cool, and it's super challenging. Like, I feel like I have to be, you know, thinking creatively, thinking outside the box, and just, I don't know, really pushing myself, which I really enjoy that. I do love fashion, so that's a huge plus too. I love that. I love that I have a closet upstairs of like endless options. I honestly haven't bought clothes from another store in like probably 3 years. I feel like there's just a lot of perks to it that I enjoy. I don't think it's for everyone. It's really hard. It's emotionally hard. You know, it's like this, like we had our best month 2 months ago. The next month was like one of the worst in 2 years. So it's super up and down. So I feel like I'm okay with that. Like I can ride that wave emotionally. I'm always just kind of like this. But yeah, I like the challenge, basically is what I'm saying. Last question, how has the move/transition been? So we recently moved from Kansas City to Phoenix and we really liked it. It's like tickling my foot. I'm not wearing shoes. I've really enjoyed being here. We've been here about 5 weeks now and it really does feel like home. We love the heat. It's the middle, you know, it's July, so it's very hot. I love the heat. We love the heat, so we don't mind it at all. It's very different. Like we left a really solid group of community, a really incredible church in Kansas City. And you know, that's just a process and it'll just take time to like form relationships here and find a solid church here and all that. So those things I think just take time. Business-wise, learning how to move your LLC, so we're registered as an LLC, to a different state has literally been crazy because now I'm working with 2 states' rules and laws and regulations, and it has really given me a run for my money. I'm not gonna lie, but I just got off the call with a lawyer and we're getting it all figured out, so that's great. And yeah, honestly, I didn't realize like getting product shipped here is way faster than when we lived in Kansas City. It would take about like 7 or 8 days from shipment when the brand would ship the stuff from LA to get to us in Kansas City. Now it takes like 2 or 3 days, which is amazing. So that's fun. And yeah, I just feel like we're still trying to figure out like what we can do here and, you know, just utilizing this area to our benefit business-wise, but it's been fun. I hope that this gave you guys, I don't know, just like a little insight into Bolt and myself and kind of what we're about. Bolt is, we're always learning like what our customer loves, but foundationally, like we're a business that is built on integrity and quality and faith. Like I'm so thankful these past few years, 4 years, I look back and I'm like, wow, just without grace from God, literally, yeah, just our faith, like keeping us through it. It's like if this business was everything to me and my heart, like I think things would have been a lot different, but I'm thankful that I have the perspective of like, this business will not go to heaven with me, you know? It's like investing in my faith and investing in relationships outside of the business has been super healthy and really, really good. And yeah, I just can rest and find a lot of peace in that, and a lot of peace in like Jesus died on the cross for me, for my sins, for everything that's hard in this world. And that gets me through. And like, that is, I feel like a lot of people are like, what gets you through on the hard days with your business? And people are like, it's your passion. But it's like, honestly, for me, it's like, yeah, clothes are great, but clothes aren't everything. For me, it really is like my faith and my foundation in Christ. So I'm super thankful for that. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for submitting questions if you submitted. And I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you're watching this. And go get this dress. It's the Girly Pop pink dress. It's very cute. It's short. It's not long. And see you guys in the next video.